What's up, everybody? It's Kai. Today I'm going to talk about my own story, my experiences, and see if you guys can relate. This has to do with the topic of work, and then it leads to financial abundance, money. So here we go. When it comes to work, at a young age, I've always known, or maybe it's just as an old soul, you just know. It is to always set my intention on learning, never about money. At 12, I delivered newspapers around my neighborhood. At 14, I worked at Arby's, a fast food restaurant. At 17, I entered work full-time. As a child, I was an introvert, very quiet and shy. But through working in the service industry growing up, perhaps I learned, or at least I acted like I was an extrovert or having the traits of an extrovert. People are usually surprised at the fact. At 17, I knew I was entering the world with a child's curiosity and carefree attitude to experience what life has to offer. I didn't have any expectations, but only experiences on my mind. However, my parents, they always reminded me to have a skill. I worked at an optical store as an apprentice, got paid very little, proved my ability as I grew with the company, with consistent raises by my boss. I learned to cut lenses, adjust glasses, fit frames, eye examination. At 18, I worked at a granite factory, worked as an English secretary, international trading. At 20, I worked at Sunglass Hut, hip-hop clothing store, cell phone, women's clothing. I worked at a nightclub as a coat check girl. At 24, I taught English and I worked at kindergartens and cram schools. Through this period of my life, 17 to 24, jobs were easy to come by. Never had I gone over a week without a job. I never lack in this. At 20, I knew I wanted to spend the next 10 years allowing myself to explore through the funnel process. So the funnel process is like this. I learned it at the cell phone store that I worked at, ClearNet. The funnel, that's the funnel, right? So I think I applied this philosophy to a lot of things in my life now that we're awakened, we don't say right, but to meeting that person that eventually you end up with. You have to go through the funnel process of learning what types of people are out there, and then slowly to that, you're compatible with. Okay. So I knew I wanted to take 10 years, 20 to 30, to just experience and find my passion, my love. I said when I hit 30, I will have known what it is that I love, and then invest the years after 30 to becoming an expertise in my field. I bounced around from 24 to 30, from kindergarten to cram schools. With the job that I was with for 6 months, I got fired. And that inner voice said, it's time. With that, I bought a whiteboard, made teaching materials, bought books, 5 chairs, moved my sofa and TV to my bedroom, and turned my living room into a classroom. Until this space got too small and it was time for expansion. I did that for 9 years. Last March it ended. For 6 months I was living on child support, assistance, and charity with my son. Last December, which is just 3 months ago, my friend gave me a job. But now things are changing. through new technology reaching many, countless of resumes I've sent, doors I've knocked, even having gone through a 5-on-1 job interview, a job I totally died for. I'm back to square one. Is it because my whole life I never had problems getting a job and making declarations of it with so much certainty? Definitely. So life bound to test you, throw you something to teach you detachment from every setting, self-programming, to stretch me, my faith, the period of not arriving. Is it really about the journey and not about the destination? From the east, yin, the feminine energy. Now, the west, yang, the male energy. The east was easy. Now west isn't so easy. Dear Father, Mother, Life, you are my life. My searchlight is on for the answers and asking, what's the spiritual lesson for me? Going back to the past about relating to money, I thought if you're passionate about what you're doing, money will sure arrive easily. Is it because not holding my intention steady? Imagine 7 digits in my passbook banking, holding dollar bills and shopping sprees with my baby? Or haven't held on to the feeling and emotion long enough, according to Greg Braden? Is it that I'm holding intention, lacking action, therefore financial abundance is never steady? I never really lack in 3D, but now I have to pinch every penny. I've been meeting people in 5D. Will my new career also be in 5D? Is it so evidently this contrast is only to stretch me? For the second time in my life, I have no choices but to set experiences at the age of turning 40. I let no decisions made by any to affect my faith in this journey. I trust life too much to ever lower my energy to where life disappointed me. At the age of 30, I pray for not the place or things I'll have, but the people who needed me to start appearing. How may I serve you, Father, Mother? Life says, have patience, trust in divine timing.